Today, we've looked at Operation Raise the Colours, the council crackdowns, and JD Vance's warning to Britain. If you want to see more uncensored news and honest debate, hit subscribe now. It's free.
It's okay to be proud of your country. It's in fact a good thing to be proud of your country, and we should push back against the crazies who say we should be so ashamed of our culture and of our heritage that we shouldn't be willing to fly a flag. It's craziness. We got to call that craziness out. I'd encourage our European friends to follow suit.
I've never looked at a St. George's cross and thought, gosh, the person holding up that flag, the person with that flag on a
must be a racist.
lamppost or outside of their house must be racist. I just think, well, good, they're proud to be English, and there's so much to be proud of in this country, just like the French are very proud of being French. The Americans are very proud of being American. You know, this is a great country. We invented antibiotics, railways, flushing toilets, telephones, so many things, English language, so many things to be proud of in this country. And why is it that when some people see an England flag or a flag of St. George, the first thing they think of is some raging racist member of the EDL or some sort of skinhead? I don't think that way. I think of all the good things that this country has brought to the world, and I think we've got a lot to be proud of.
I've flown this flag my whole life. Now they tell me it's offensive? Absolute nonsense. This is the reality in Britain today. Ordinary people are proudly flying the St. George's Cross, but woke councils are tearing them down, calling them unsafe or even divisive. So who's really behind this attack on our national pride? It all began with Operation Raise the Colours, a grassroots movement where thousands across England flew the Union Jack and the St. George's Cross from homes, pubs, and businesses. But in places like Birmingham and Tower Hamlets, councils stepped in, ordering flags to be removed. Officials claimed they were acting for public safety and warned the flags had been linked to intimidation. Others went further, saying the English flag has become a hard right symbol of prejudice, not pride. But locals are fighting back. One immigrant leader said, "This is my flag, your flag, our flag." In America, in India, people are proud of their flags. Why are British councils ashamed of theirs? For many immigrants, the Union Jack and the St. George's Cross represent freedom, democracy, and belonging. They say tearing these flags down is not just unpatriotic. It's an insult to every family who came here and embraced Britain as home. And yet, as locals point out, the same councils have no issue raising Palestinian or Kashmiri flags for months on end. Why is Britain's own flag the only one that's treated as offensive? The backlash was so strong that Labour leader Keir Starmer had to intervene. After a second council vowed to remove flags, Starmer publicly backed locals, saying councils should not insult Britain's national identity. But critics say Starmer is only doing damage control, trying to keep older, patriotic voters on side, while his party quietly supports the very councils causing this chaos. This row isn't really about lampposts or permits. It's about whether Britain is still allowed to be proud of itself. The flag should unite us. But councils, activists, and media elites are turning it into a culture war. And if we lose pride in our own symbols, what does that say about the future of Britain? And here's the message from across the Atlantic. JD Vance, Donald Trump's running mate, has a stark warning for Britain. In his words, push back against the crazies who are offended by your flag. He argues that if Britain cannot defend the right to fly its own flag, then it risks losing its identity altogether. Vance says that pride in your nation is not hate, and that the St. George's Cross should never be treated as a crime. To him, the issue is simple. If ordinary people allow elites and activists to shame them into hiding their own symbols, then the country they love will slip away. And he's urging Britain to stand firm, because once you surrender your flag, you surrender your future.